Okay, being a filmmaker is not easy. Of course, you knew that, but today's tips will help you. 6 things a filmmaker should buy, especially if you want to be a filmmaker. What's up, I'm RoySFord, guys. Thank you so much for joining. You've been asking yourself, how can I become a little bit more professional, even if you're just a beginner? Well, here's some essentials that you probably should buy when you're starting out as a filmmaker. I think the first and most important one is a camera.
Okay, yes. At some point in your life, you need something to be able to record your video footage. Whether that camera is on your smartphone, okay, or it is actually a camera like these. Yeah, you need to have a camera, okay, filmmaker? Yeah, get one. Whether it's on your smartphone or whatever, just get one. And then obviously with that camera, you gotta have some SD cards, some memory, so get those. Those are very important. They come in all different flavors and sizes. Some cameras do take SD cards, other cameras take the CFast cards or different types of memory, depending on what kind of camera you're getting. I would highly suggest though, that you get multiple sources to record your images to. Whether you're doing video or whether you're doing some sort of streaming service or what have you, you definitely want to record this stuff. And so you want to get as much SD cards, memory cards as you can for your camera. Then for me, the very next important thing to have is a tripod. Now, a lot of people, they'll want to rush off and get a gimbal or a monopod or something like that. I highly recommend you get a tripod. You can use a tripod for pretty much anything. I mean, no matter even if you're using your smartphone or if you're attaching it to a DSLR, a mirrorless camera, a tripod to me is essential for filmmaking to lock your camera off and put it on something stable. Up next is lenses. I have a whole bunch of them with this particular camera. I have a 50mm, I have a 24 to 70mm, I have a zoom lens, a 70 to 210. You have to have lenses. Different focal lengths tell a different story. The wider lenses will tell a different story from a really zoomed in lens. There are different things that these different lenses do as telling your story as a filmmaker. So you definitely want to get your hands on a couple of lenses. Ooh, lighting. This one is very important for the filmmaker. So no matter if you're using your basic rule of thumb, 3-point lighting with a key light, fill light, and an accent light, which is given that little light right over here in my face. Whatever you do, you definitely want to make sure you get enough lighting, gels, accent lighting, practical lighting. Lighting is a key factor in being a filmmaker, and there are so many different ways of using it in order to tell your story. Now this is kind of, the one that I want to make sure that I bring up is an ND filter. ND filters are very, very important, especially if you're shooting outdoors or you're wanting to shade the camera in a way where it's not bringing in as much light. ND filters are best for that, and you definitely want to have that. The one I have here is a circular ND filter, so I can actually spin it around and adjust it from dark to light, giving it different grades and different points of ND filtering, which is great, especially if you're outdoors and you want to make some adjustments on the fly. Bonuses, okay, you gotta have some audio, guys. An audio recorder is always good. This will help you get wireless sound in and other sound from other places in to your video. If you're planning on doing that, I would highly recommend an audio recorder. It's probably the best investment you'll have as a filmmaker to really take your production up to the next level, because you're not relying on the camera to get all the audio. And speaking of that, with that recorder, the best thing you can pair with it is a shotgun mic. Getting that microphone away from the camera and over the head or around the person is best. And you see it in everything that's shot in Hollywood is the boom mic. It's hooked up to a boom pole, and that shotgun mic is flying out over the actor or the presenter's head, and they're talking from there. Yeah, get yourself a really good shotgun mic in order to up your game as a filmmaker. Oh, and yeah, a computer, hello. You take all of this footage, you gotta edit it somewhere, unless you're editing it on your phone, and therefore you have your computer in your phone. It's right there. But for me, everything I run into a MacBook Pro, and then I edit it all right there.
And there you have it. I know you have some important questions about telling stories through filmmaking, And sure, I have a bunch of short films as well as how-tos that explain it. A bunch of videos right over here you can go and check out. Don't worry, your comment below I can reply to if you have a specific question below, and I can encourage you to create that content as well. Guys, listen, don't fret, I'm here for you. I'll reply to you in the comments. Make sure you do that. And as always, guys, I will talk to you next time.